just feels, Cara, like everything is a performance. Why can't she just be sort of slightly, I don't know, I can't bear it. Cara, what do you make of all of this? You know, she's allegedly using HRH. She shouldn't be using it. They had that royal meeting with the Queen to say that they weren't going to be using it, and if they did not work as working members of the royal family. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, this is the first time she's been interviewed on somebody else's podcast as opposed to her being the host. And she spoke about a lot of different things. Her kids, H, as she calls him. She said he was very handsome and that he was a fox. She spoke about her time in the royal family, referring it to being in the trenches, which I think most people would disagree with. But what's more interesting than her podcast appearance, as you just mentioned, is what happened afterwards when she sent the host of the podcast, Jamie, a hamper with a card saying, with the compliments of HRH Duchess of Sussex. And as you just said, this is huge. It's times like this when the criticism of Meghan, which sometimes feels incessant, is so valid, and she knows this. So she did put out a statement saying that they don't use the HRH title for commercial purposes, but I would argue this is pretty commercial. I mean, she sent her own products to her friend who has millions and millions of Instagram followers and subscribers, etc., with HRH, knowing that she would post this and millions of people would see it and that she would profit from it because people will buy this product because this woman has millions of followers and is posting it.
You see, when will she learn? Why does she? I just can't take anything she says seriously. I would like to see her prosper and do well, but for me, it's the fact she can't even speak to her own dad. If she's so humble and so kind, why can't she just do that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like you said, this podcast appearance was very, very performative. I mean, she cries, she wears no makeup, as if that's a middle finger to the establishment and the people who expect so much of her. She talks about how hardworking she is and how little time she has to do anything else than organise her podcast. I mean, it's pretty insane.
It is a bit. Listen, Cara, we're running out of time, but I'd love to get you on my show to talk more. So hopefully you're available on the weekends. We'll get in touch.
You know, it's wild how the people who claim to be over Meghan Markle are the very ones who can't stop talking about her. And not just talking, but obsessing. Analyzing her every move, her every word, every outfit, every breath she takes. It's not curiosity, it's fixation. It's bitterness dressed up as commentary. And right now, one of the loudest voices in that tired old chorus is GB News presenter Nana Akua, who recently decided to throw yet another unprovoked tantrum about Meghan. I mean, at this point it's just embarrassing. Meghan showed up, makeup-free, calm and full of love, on the Jamie Kern Lima Show in what was one of her most real, raw and heart-centered conversations yet. A podcast interview that was meant to uplift, to connect, to remind us all that authenticity matters more than perfection. And somehow that bothered Nana Akua so much, she got on national television to say, I just can't bear it. Can't bear what exactly? A woman being vulnerable? A mother expressing gratitude for her husband and children? A public figure speaking in her own words instead of letting the UK press put words in her mouth? No, what Nana really can't bear is the fact that Meghan exists on her own terms, that she's still standing, still shining, still beloved by millions. And not because of her title, but because of her truth. Let's take a moment to talk about this podcast appearance that had the haters clutching their pearls. Meghan sat down with Jamie Kern Lima in a pair of cozy rocking chairs. No glam squad, no makeup, just two women in their sweaters, talking heart to heart. That's the kind of realness that makes people feel seen. Meghan opened up about motherhood, her marriage, the life she and Prince Harry have built together. At one point she even wiped away a tear. And what did she say? She said, H, that man loves me so much. Look what we've built. We have built a beautiful life and we have two healthy, beautiful children. That wasn't a performance. That was a testimony. That was a woman who has been dragged through the mud, who was nearly broken by the brutality of the British press and the dysfunction inside the palace walls. And yet, here she is, smiling, holding her family close, and pouring love back into the world. That's strength, that's resilience, that's royalty. But no, according to Nana Akua, Meghan using her HRH title is a step too far. Are you kidding me? First of all, Meghan didn't strip herself of that title. That was part of a formal arrangement made when she and Harry stepped back from royal duties, not from their titles. Meghan is still the Duchess of Sussex. That is a fact. That is protocol. And more importantly, it's hers. It's part of her history, her identity, whether Nana likes it or not. Let's not pretend this is about protocol or decorum. This is about power and control. These commentators can't stand the fact that Meghan walked away from an institution that expected her to be silent, submissive, and grateful for the crumbs. They can't handle the fact that she's thriving without them, that she found success and happiness on her own terms, that she has a voice, and people want to hear it, that she's using her platform to uplift other women, to create beauty, to inspire, to empower. Nana said, "It just feels like everything is a performance." But you know what feels like a performance? Sitting in a GB news studio pretending to be outraged over a woman wearing a sweatshirt embroidered with her kids' names. That's not journalism, that's not commentary, that's clickbait anger, that's envy cloaked in judgment, and it's tired. Meghan didn't sit in that interview trying to sell a fantasy. She wasn't putting on airs. She was sharing her truth. She spoke with tenderness, with emotion, with joy. She talked about the love in her marriage, something the British press spent years trying to tarnish, and yet here they are about to celebrate 7 years of marriage, raising 2 healthy, beautiful children, building a life rooted in compassion and purpose. And let me be clear, that success is what's driving people like Nana Akua absolutely mad, because it didn't go the way they planned. Meghan was supposed to fade into the background. She was supposed to be ruined, humiliated, silenced, but instead, she flourished. She launched her podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, highlighting the voices of women entrepreneurs. She built her lifestyle brand, As Ever, which is rooted in mindful living. She partnered with Netflix to create meaningful, culturally relevant content. She did what they said she couldn't. She rose. And still, they poke and prod, searching for any excuse to drag her back into the mud. But here's the truth. They can't touch her, because Meghan Markle is no longer playing by their rules. She never really was. She's writing her own story now, on her own time, in her own voice, and people are listening. The sad part is, Nana Akua could have taken that airtime and used it to uplift, to encourage dialogue, to celebrate a woman using her platform for good. But instead, she chose to ridicule and diminish. That says more about her than it ever could about Meghan. So let this be a reminder to the squad, to every supporter of Harry and Meghan. They don't need to clap back at every critic. Their lives are the clapback. Their love, their peace, their projects, their passion, that's the answer to every insult, every lie, every desperate cry for attention from irrelevant talking heads. Let them rage. Let them fume. Meanwhile, Meghan will keep building. She'll keep mothering. She'll keep inspiring. And Harry will keep loving her, supporting her, standing by her like he always has. We are here for it. We see you, Meghan. We see you, Harry. We got your back. And to my Royal Sussex Squad family, if you felt that, if you know what it's like to rise above the noise, then go ahead and show your love. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video, drop a comment, share it with your friends, and if you want to help us keep speaking the truth, shining light, and celebrating Meghan and Harry without apology, go ahead and smash that super thanks button. Every bit of support helps us keep this movement going. Nana Akua rages, "I can't bear it," as she hits out at Meghan Markle and savage DGB news presenter. Nana Akua has launched a scathing attack on Meghan Markle, criticizing the Duchess of Sussex for using her royal HRH title during a recent podcast interview. She expressed her frustration on the program following Meghan's appearance on the Jamie Kern Lima Show, which marked the first time she has been interviewed on someone else's podcast. Nana did not hold back in her assessment of the Duchess's behavior. "It just feels like everything is a performance," Nana said during the GB News segment. "I just can't bear it. She's allegedly using this title when she shouldn't be. It's pretty straightforward." The presenter's comments came after Meghan reportedly used her HRH title during the podcast appearance, despite agreements made when she and Prince Harry stepped back from royal duties. Meghan appeared on the Jamie Kern Lima Show in a casual setting, wearing a black jumper with her children's names embroidered on the collar. The 43-year-old Duchess was makeup-free during the interview, which host Lima described as real, raw, and soul-filling. "Meghan is opening up like never before," Lima wrote on Instagram, explaining they recorded the episode with no makeup on, in our sweats, and cozied up in these 2 rocking chairs. During the interview, Meghan became emotional whilst discussing her family life, at one point wiping away tears. "I wasn't expecting that one. This is why it's so nice to not have makeup on," she said. The Duchess spoke about her relationship with Prince Harry, saying, "That man loves me so much. And look what we've built. We have built a beautiful life, and we have 2 healthy, beautiful children. She also revealed they would soon celebrate their 7th wedding anniversary. Since stepping back as a senior royal in 2020, Meghan has launched several projects including her lifestyle brand As Ever and Netflix series With Love, Meghan. She also hosts her own podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, which supports female entrepreneurs. When asked if she might write a memoir, Meghan responded, "Yes, maybe, for sure," but clarified, "I've got a lot more life to live before I'm there. We're not here to play nice with bullies, we're here to lift each other up, to speak truth, and to remind the world that love wins. Every single time. So until next time, stay strong, stay proud, and stay royal. Sussex Squad forever."